Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. In today's video, you'll receive my channeled message, plus a page from the Daily Angel Guidance book, and also a card from the Healing Oracle Love Deck. Please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not resonate with you today, and that is simply okay. Come back tomorrow and visit me where it may be more aligned with what you need to know. Okay, fear of judgment. How many people have fear of judgment? I would say that it is so deeply ingrained in us, it's almost part of our human nature. Because at the end of the day, we all like to be liked. We all want to be accepted by the tribe, by the herd, whatever we don't like to be outed. So if we feel that someone does not like us, it promotes this fear of judgment. And we can go into a room. How many times have you gone to an event and you walk in and you're like, oh my gosh, they must think I look this way, that way. Yep. From years ago, absolutely. Massive fear of judgment for so many years. And I'm not saying I've even rid it. I believe it is always going to be within me. However, it's reduced. Less over time, more and more, I no longer worry about what people think. I'm not saying it's 100%. I don't believe we can. I believe it's in our human nature to worry about other people's opinions. So let's get into what the message has for us today. Fear of judgment. Now I'm going to share with you what actually fear of judgment is, okay? A fear of negative evaluation of self. The need to survive in society, yeah? So meaning fit in. Being evaluated, I like that word, favourably, rather than judged for any shortcomings. Now, shortcomings can be in the form that someone just doesn't like the way that you look, okay? It doesn't mean shortcomings. That's just what the explanation and the definition of it is. I wanted to share that because sometimes we're not actually clear. Much like fear of rejection, we don't want to feel like we don't fit in, yeah? We also don't want to feel like we're not liked. We want acceptance from society, the herd, the tribe, whatever word, from family, from friends, work colleagues, right? We want to feel like we're liked. We want to feel like we fit in. Because so we do everything in our power to avoid the fear of judgment, yeah? We may do things that we don't even agree with. We may do things with our external look just so we fit in and we don't get judged. Other people's words, opinions, criticism, I call it feedback, and perspective of us can actually impact and shape your beliefs about self. Were you aware that that had such impact on how your beliefs about self, how it can impact you? What other people think of you can actually impact your belief about self. Holy crap. So if someone feels that you're not intelligent enough, does that then send messages to you that you don't have a belief that you're intelligent enough? Yep, absolutely. That's the perspective and what I've read. They're all saying it absolutely can. Why is fear of judgment so mentally and emotionally impactful for most people? Why? We've sort of covered the whys, right? Why does it matter so greatly what other people think or say about you? Now, we know that it's because we want to be liked and we want to, the herd mentality, that is a generalization. But we need to bring it back to self. We need to ask ourselves, because when we identify the why for us individually, there could be certain other reasons, then you're able to implement tools so that no longer impacts you as greatly. Does that make sense? But I'm going to go, of course, down a different avenue, another perspective, as I do. Now, I've got a couple of questions for you. Before I ask these questions, I'd love for you to have a pen and paper. And if you don't, that's okay too. Just say it out aloud, right? Say your answer out aloud to what I'm about to ask you. Can you remember a time in your childhood where you felt judged? Now, what I want you to do is take note of your first thought. Write it down. Whatever came up, a memory, don't question it. Just write it down. Because when it's instantaneous, you see, your instant thought, right? Your instant thought, whatever memory came into your conscious awareness, I feel like I've got something there, come from what you felt. And you want to know why? Because it was before your head was able to intercept and hijack your feeling. Does that make sense? Now, some of you may have got the answer straight away. You've written it down and you've said it out aloud, and already you can hear your thoughts going, nah, that was no big deal. Yeah? Any of you experiencing that? Guess what? That is your thoughts wanting to intercept and hijack what you actually feel, the memory. And I'll share with you why I'm going on this, yeah? Whatever came up instantaneously is a suppressed emotional experience. You may not agree, and that's okay. It's an emotional experience that you endured back then. Whereas often we dismiss things and think they're no big deal. But if it came to your conscious awareness straight up, there is something attached to that. Otherwise, it wouldn't have presented yourself. It wouldn't present itself in your emotional awareness, your conscious awareness, would it? Why would you remember that? If there was nothing important or attached to it, why would you remember it? If you're saying it was no big deal, you wouldn't. So this is where I want to teach you, and yes, I'm digressing again, because if things are coming to your memory, your conscious awareness from your childhood, and you're going, why am I remembering this? There is something suppressed, whether it be mental or emotionally attached to that needs to be healed. Does that resonate? That's how I work. With people bring up stories, my clients will bring up stories and they go, I don't even know why I shared that with you, Kat. And I go, I do. Because there is something suppressed attached to that story. There is some emotional pain or trauma attached to that story. Your adult self's been dismissing it, but your inner child is saying, hello, are you hearing me yet? I'm going to keep bringing it to your conscious awareness till you acknowledge it and validate it. I keep bringing it up and you keep pushing it back down. Yeah? At the time of the incident or the experience, you may have felt either that it was no big deal, or as a young child, it was too hard, confusing, or painful to even look at, to deal with. And you're a kid. You don't know how to deal with all the emotions. You've not learnt that yet. And often in our adult life, we still haven't learnt it, right? And it may have been too painful. And so what we do as kids, we push it down. It's like, oh yeah, I'll deal with that later. But we don't. Because then we grow up. And then we dismiss it because we don't think it's a big deal from our adult self. I hope this is making sense to you. But anything from your childhood that you remember that comes into your conscious awareness often, there is something attached to that needs to be healed. Okay? Emotionally, generally. I'm just putting it out there. You may not agree, and that's okay. I respect that. I'm just planting some seeds. If you're questioning what I just shared with you, ask yourself, why did that old memory come into your conscious awareness right now in that moment? Why? Yeah? maybe, just maybe, it's your conscious awareness, because there is fear of judgment attached to that past experience. And if there's a fear of judgment, how is that fear of judgment making you feel as a kid? That's the emotion that needs to be healed and looked at, right? Okay? What emotion that is attached to that judgment experience still sits suppressed, unhealed? And the reason why we need to do this is because for some of you who are suffering fear of judgment quite strongly, it may just well be that every time you feel like there is a fear of judgment in your adult life, that suppressed fear of judgment that happened back then, that is, the emotion is still not unhealed, gets dragged up with it. So therefore your reaction is compounded. I've shared this perspective in several videos of late, and I'm hoping that every time I keep bringing it up, it may cement more, or it may trigger something in you that you go, I'm going to question it. I'm not saying to say I'm right. It's not about me being right. It's just about me offering food for thought for you, a perspective that you may not have looked at that's been holding you back from healing and moving forward and living your best life. Living your most authentic life, right? And authentic means genuine. Your true life, your genuine life that's right for you, rather than the life you think you should lead. Notice the words. So, fear of judgment is very powerful, and it hinders so many of us in our adult life, me included in certain areas. I will never rid that. What I do know I can do is I can manage it. I can manage it far better so it doesn't impact me and take me out. Yeah? Because if I was my old self, I wouldn't be doing this video. Oh, no way. I wouldn't have done yesterday's video because of fear of judgment. Fear of judgment, I am fully aware, has held me back for far too long. I may be a lot further on my journey if I didn't allow fear of judgment to take me out. And that's okay. This is not about regret. I'm sharing with you because I hope that maybe it'll resonate with you and go, shit, yeah. Fear of judgment has stopped me from doing this. And write them all down. Because the more you write down and the more you go, oh my gosh, I've allowed this to impact my growth, my life, my whatever, it'll drive you to shift it. It'll get you angry. Getting angry is good because it's like, no, I'm not going to allow this to impact me anymore. Done. Because that way we grow, we overcome it, and we're able to really push past that fear. When we're angry, it's like, nah, you're not doing it anymore and I'm not going to allow it. If people don't like me, oh well. It's a beautiful saying that I've really come to, oh well. And yeah, there are points where it takes me out. Absolutely. I worry about people not liking me or people having an opinion. But I go, at what cost and and the detriment to me? What does it cost me when I have fear of judgment and I allow fear of judgment to take me out? What does it cost me in my life, in my personal growth, on my professional journey? What does it cost me? I'm not talking financial. Okay, that's not what I'm speaking about. Overall, in every area of our life, what does it cost me? What do I lose? So I focus on what am I going to gain? If I push that and I just go for it, what am I going to gain? Freaking lot. A lot. Most importantly, what I gain is I send out that ripple effect. I'm able to reach more people. And I honestly believe that the way that I am, I will only attract my tribe. Meaning, I will only attract people that resonate with what I have to share. Much like the people that I work with. I only work with people that align with the way that I work and that we connect. It's important. I don't want to just work with anybody. And it's not a criticism about the individual. Because if I don't align with them, then they're not going to get what they need from me. They're not going to move forward. So when you can really learn to manage your fear of judgment, it's really going to assist you on your path to live your authentic life. The life that you're meant to live, the genuine life you're meant to live. Emotional awareness, oh my gosh, is such a powerful tool. So let's keep moving. What does the book have for us today? Meditate. Meditate is another form for me. Rather, I don't want you to shut down because you're hearing the word meditate. It's really important that it's basically quietening the mind. So what this is saying is really for you to do the work. Really allow what comes into your thoughts from your childhood to see if there's anything there, fear of judgment, that needs to be healed, right? This is what this is about. It's about quietening the mind, going inward, vertical rather than horizontal, which is here, yeah? Get out of your head, go to your gut, and really find what has transpired and what you endured or what you experienced in your childhood that may be impacting you in your adult life regarding fear of judgment, okay? So meditate is even a walk in nature, doing it, a workout, if that's what gets you into your zone. Whatever it is, it quietens your mind so you can really go inward and find the things that are holding you back, okay? So let's go to meditate. And before I read this page, if you'd like to close your eyes, take a deep breath with me, just so you can observe the words from this message. Approach meditation with ease and a joyous escape. After all, you practice this activity naturally during moments of daydreaming and lucid awareness. Be unconcerned with the rules or guidelines, lest this become a chore of judgery. Instead, allow your mind to quiet itself at its own pace. Absolutely. And compassionately let your body slow down of its own accord. This is meditation, okay? It's a time when your mind is completely connected to your heavenly home. Think of it as hooking up to a fuel station where you're filled with energy, ideas, and tranquility. There are countless ways to calm your mind, and as we mentioned, you shouldn't burden yourself with worries about your specific method. That you meditate is more important than how you do so. Closing your eyes and breathing deeply is one of the techniques, as is sitting in front of an altar or relaxing outdoors in nature, okay? So take away the word meditate. And this is just about quietening your mind and allow your emotions to rise to the surface to your conscious awareness. Yeah, that's what this is about. What are you feeling? How are you feeling? Allow that to rise so you can really identify what's going on with your emotional state. Yeah? The word meditate and medicate share the same root for good reason, since they're both approaches to health. Meditation is your free and portable healing agent whose only side effect is peace of mind and rejuvenation. And I really want to express side effect. Approach it as you would a delicious meal, for it's a tranquil spiritual banquet. And it is a true spiritual banquet. Enjoy your tranquil moments today in spirit of feeding your needs and desires. Thought for today. I meditate in whatever way feels most comfortable and natural. I am mentally and emotionally at ease and fully connected to spirit, or to your higher self, or to your inner self. Yeah? I allow myself the freedom to quieten my mind and listen. And you're listening to what your emotions, meaning your gut, have to share with you. All the things that you've suppressed, something wants to rise to your conscious awareness, and the only way that you can hear it is when you quieten your mind. And this does not have the ability to intercept. and to shift what you're feeling is sharing with here, your conscious awareness. Don't allow it to self-sabotage what your inner being is sharing with your external being. Meaning, don't allow what's inside, suppressed, it's coming up to your conscious awareness to be taken out and then turn it into something else that's not even truth. Yeah? I hope that that makes sense for you. So it's just about taking time out for you. Allow yourself, honor you. Yeah? Okay, we've got 2 cards today and 1 has dropped out. And clearly with my cough, it means I need to do that for self today. And it's not need, I will. And part of that is going into my office and really decluttering it again. And I know that brings me peace and joy and you might be laughing, but organisation is part of my goals for the next 3 months, is to really get better organised and to be more productive. Yeah, I always do things like that as part of improving myself. Yeah. Right. The Mystic. Now, this is the 3rd time, I believe, within a week that this card has come up. So when I read the message, it is clearly not happening for some of you. We're not doing the work because they're saying, hello, we've brought this up, you haven't listened, or maybe, they're slapping me, there is a different message to come off the back of this card. So for me, we've got the star in the 3rd eye. Now, some of you may not understand the 3rd eye. And I don't really understand the 3rd eye. So I am not going to claim that I understand the 3rd eye. I actually heal the 3rd eye. There's all different words, but for me, it's like about what you can see. And I'm going to say what I'm getting. The 3rd eye is connected to your higher self. I can't believe I'm saying this. And, you know, those of you who are better knowledge on this, I don't claim to know all that. I don't get too deep into it. Yes, I'm a Reiki master. I get guided with whatever I do. And it's like, you know, for me, it's about what is your higher self, but also what I'm getting is what is your inner self got to share with you. It's the mystic. You have, you know, psychic abilities, but I don't want to use the word psychic abilities. I'm going to shift the word to intuitive abilities. This is what this is sharing with me, is we all have intuitive abilities. It's up to us to tap into them. And really, intuitive abilities comes from the gut. We talk about gut instinct, right? Now, I'm going to say that most of you watching this would say that, yeah, I've got gut instinct. You may have even listened to it 1 or more times, okay? And so this is when it says about psychic abilities, I'm going to shift that to intuitive abilities. We all have it within us. Whether you accept that or you don't, that's entirely up to you. I respect your decision no matter what. And this is really saying, oh, okay, so it is. All right, because it's now saying, Kat, you haven't mentioned about the intuitive abilities. All of this message is about, and you keep, oh boy, I'm copping it. They're saying, you keep speaking about inner child, tapping into your inner child, tapping in and blah, 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 and healing your inner child and going and doing your younger self work and all of that. And what you've not shared is allow them to be intuitively guided. And intuitively guided is when I spoke about in the message, what comes straight to your thoughts, the instant is your intuition. It is what is sending the messages to your conscious awareness and saying, hey, this needs to be looked at. Hey, this needs to be healed. Some of you are dismissing it and allowing, not consciously, okay? You're not intentionally. I'm not saying you're purposely doing this. But then your thoughts decide to intercept and go, no, it's not that. No, push that back down because that's no big deal. It's this. So that's why this keeps presenting, because I haven't shared this part of the message, is that allow yourself to be intuitively guided, meaning tap into your gut. We talk about gut instinct. You know what feels right and what doesn't, right? That's what gut instinct is. What doesn't feel right about something you endured in your childhood? If it comes up to your thoughts, stop thinking about it and ask yourself with your gut. Just put your hand on your gut and go, you know what, how am I feeling about that experience? How did I feel when I was a kid when that was happening? Keep your hands on your guts and answer from your gut, because that's where your emotion lies, connected to that event, that experience. Okay, they just wanted me to offer this different perspective on that. Yes, it's a bit of a digression, but it's all in relation to healing your fear of judgment. Because for some of you, you are absolutely carrying past inner childhood trauma from being judged. It could be from your parents. It could be from a friend. It could have been from bullying. Like, bullying's huge. Okay, yep, they're knocking me on the head. Bullying. For some of you, you endured bullying and that's still not healed. The emotional trauma that you endured from those bullying experiences has not been looked at. Your adult self has dismissed it and go, it's no big deal, I got bullied. Yeah, I'm over that. Yeah. Just maybe that fear of bullying is still impacting you today. For some of you, you feel like you're out at work, you're professional. You've almost is same experience as what you endured when you were at school as bullying. That you didn't fit in, that you felt different. And for some of you in your professional adult life, you're feeling that again. And you're not understanding why it's impacting you as much as it is. The reason why is the dragnet of suppressed childhood bullying has come up with it. And it's now compounded that feeling. And that's why it is impacting you far greater than what you can comprehend. Okay, is that all I've got for this card? Yeah. Okay, let's go to what the card is, because I cannot believe that has come up the amount of times it has. There's always, then it's like I've missed something or we're not learning something. So I've missed more information about that card. Okay, let's close our eyes. I take a deep breath. Okay, I've just realized I've had the book too high up. It is time to awaken the sleepy psychic or intuitive mystic within. I'm going to add the both words, okay? These qualities which you have always possessed are reawakening. Trust your intuition. The next time an unusual thought, hear these words, enters your mind or your gut, or you have a gut feeling about something, pay close attention. What is the thought or feeling trying to tell you? For those who are already aware of their psychic abilities, the mystic card is here to remind you to use and integrate these abilities more into your everyday life. So those of you who really do trust your gut, maybe it's been lacking of late, it's time to reconnect. Yeah, it's just a reminder. Pay particular attention to your intuition over the next few days. So this is really indicating for me that this message may have triggered some things within some of you watching this video. It is time for you to quieten your mind and allow those thoughts to present themselves to your conscious awareness, okay? You will receive important news, so keep a journal and a pen handy. Absolutely, because it's so important. If you've got a repetitive thought that keeps playing, whether it be a childhood experience or something even in your young adult life or more recently, write it down. There is something in that. There is an emotional attachment connected to that. That's what needs to be healed, okay? All right. Is that all that's coming up? Yeah, all right. Transience. I love that she sits with the head and the lights of the ray. And I go, what information? Oh, be interested to see what this message has, because again, I've got this cough. And yes, I'm still not 100%. This is like, feel nasally. But there's this Yeah, there may be something connected for me with this card. I'm not getting much other than she's got her eyes closed and there's this sense of serenity. There's this sense of peace about her in this card. Do you manage to feel those moments of peace where you're going inward? Or you don't allow yourself to stop and take those moments just for inner peace? That's what I'm getting for this, and let's see what the message has for us. Transience. Okay. It's all right. Before I read this message, if you want to close your eyes, take a deep breath with me, just so you can absorb all the words from this message. Is it possible to transcend a current difficulty by shifting your awareness and focus? Okay, right. Love can help you rise above all obstacles. It will help you to see things from a higher perspective and your problems will seem much smaller. Sit quietly in meditation. Well, there we go. So just sit quietly. Imagine streams of crystal colour light flowing down upon you and feel the light pouring into each of the 7 energy centres in your body. Now, I find this, it's definitely aligned. And the reason for this is when this card, I spoke about the third eye. Now, that is one of the 7 energy centers, okay? So we've got our crown chakra, our third eye, our throat, our, oh yes, I forget, the heart, the sacral and the root chakra. So, and I'll go through these. And so what is blocked now, I'm getting, okay, there is some of you blocked within your third eye and you may not even understand it and it may not resonate with you, and that is simply okay. It is what this is indicating for me is that your head is so full. You may be the type of person that is continuously in your thoughts. Everything is about thinking. And there's this unbalance of thinking versus feeling. So what I'm getting from this particular one is, for some of you, it really is time to get back in balance. Now, you know, your third eye, and me being a Reiki master, you know, it's really important to stay in balance. And I can feel when I'm out of balance, when there's, you know, we all carry stuff in certain areas of our body. And often it's mainly the gut and the heart. Generally, most people, when I do a Reiki healing, they're blocked from, it's generally the head is so full, then it gets to the throat and that's blocked, and then it gets to the heart and the gut. The legs basically are only blocked, right, due to the fact that they haven't been used to step forward because of all the other things that we carry in this part of our body that's not processing, yeah? That's how I see it. Any of you that are Reiki masters, you may see it from a different perspective. I absolutely respect that. That is just the way I work. I bring in crystals, gongs, everything, whatever I'm drawn to. How I was taught, I do the basics of that. However, I now do a healing in the way that I'm guided. It's whatever comes through because I connect with my client before they get here. So it already guides me of what they are needing for the session. So I don't know why I've gone down that path, but clearly it's all connected into this in regards, we're talking about 7 energy centers in your body. So what energy centers in your body may be totally blocked, which means you've not got that flow of energy, which is really holding you back from being able to move forward fast, yeah? So let's go through the 7 energy centers in your body. Number 1 is the root, right? Which is the base of the spine, and it is the color red. That's one chakra. Chakra 2 is the sacral, which is below the navel, and it is orange, right? Solar plexus is above the navel, and it's yellow. Your heart is the center of the chest, and it can be green and pink, yeah? Your throat chakra is a light blue. Your third eye, which is your forehead, is indigo, hence the colour. And your crown, which is the top of the head, is violet and white light. Now, if our crown chakra is blocked, we miss a lot of things. And for me, I see it as it's blocked from our higher self, from divine, from angels, our guides, whoever it is. And if none of those resonate, that's okay too. So what part of you are you feeling heaviness? Are you feeling like there's this blocked? You know, it's amazing that when you do have, you know, an energy healing, a Reiki healing, that it can really assist you. With me, I bring in part of my coaching as well, because I am intuitive and I get messages. And when I say messages, it's not like someone is talking to me. I get clear messages about what is going on with the individual that I'm doing the healing on. And so I'm able to poke and prod. And so I want to do a bit of coaching so they can really gain some decent clarity from a healing. Because for me, a healing I don't even like to call it a healing, because it means some people come in with this expectation that I'm going to heal them. That is not my job. That is not what I am. I'm not a healer. I do not claim to be a healer. I claim to be a guide, yeah, because things will come through and I'll guide you to find what's going on, and that is it. And I do that in my personal and relationship coaching as well. Anyway, I have seriously digressed. It's clearly relevant because we were speaking about the energy centers, the chakras, and my throat went, and now my throat feels great. And it's almost like you were meant to share about what you do with your Reiki, your energy work, right? So, and my energy work absolutely transfers over into my coaching. And I am extremely blessed and grateful for the gifts that I've been given. So, with that being said, it is so important that for some of you, the message I'm getting is maybe it's time to look for alternative therapies or alternative ways in order for you to heal. All right? So it could be kinesiology, it could be there's so many different varieties of alternative therapies. There's so many, and they're all just escaped. But for some reason, Reiki, kinesiology keeps coming up. It could be that you go to meditation classes. It could be that you even go to yoga. It could be that you do Pilates. I'm not even talking about therapy. It could be just different exercises, because some yoga classes do a slight meditation at the end of it. You know, I believe Pilates, some different, depending who holds them, really brings in that holistic feel to that whole session. And it may be just the gentler form that you're looking for, okay? And that can really assist you moving forward, all right? If you have any questions on this video, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can contact me via Facebook, through Katarina Smiley, through Messenger, right? You can also contact me via email. It is in the descriptions box. My email address is katarina@empowercouples.com.au. You can also Instagram, like it's unlimited to, and even write a comment, right? Just connect. If there are things that you are unclear of that I've delivered on this video, then make a point of reaching out and getting the clarity, okay? I hope that you've gained something little from today's video, just something little, something that has triggered something in you, yeah? Because remember, you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you every day, yeah? I hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you would please do me the honor of liking the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's video. And I'm also going to ask something of you, and I hope you don't mind. One of my missions is to create a ripple effect of emotional awareness. And the only way that I can do that is the support of you. So if you would kindly share, mention, discuss, speak about maybe something you've learnt from this video, I would be so grateful, and absolutely share my channel. So just maybe your friend, your family member can get something that they may need just in that moment. And so then you can be part of this ripple effect This movement, in essence, that I'm now just decided I'm going to start about emotional awareness. Join me on this journey. I'd be so grateful to have you. And the more we share, the more we speak, the more we discuss, the further the ripple spreads. Yeah? So I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I absolutely respect your time is valuable. So thank you for today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.